So, story time. So I'm out here at the walking track. Gym was closed today, Sunday morning. It's like 8 o'clock. So I just come on down here to the walking track. It's, I don't know, 7-8 minutes from my house. So I went to the doctor last week, Friday actually. And I have PVCs in my heart. So my regular doctor wanted me to go to the cardiologist, get it checked out, see what the cardiologist thought. So while I was there, they wanted to do a stress test. So they did. Got done, and they won't tell you nothing there, you know how it works. So we got the test results. They emailed them to me. And lo and behold, we got one area of my heart that is not getting blood. So, we pretty sure, just looking at the paperwork, that we got a blockage. And possibly 2 other mild blockages, but one says severe. So, some backstory. So 17 years ago, I weighed 316 pounds, ate triple cheeseburgers all day long, and never worked out. So I had some issues then, and it ended up being acid reflux. I thought we was having heart problems, chest pains and stuff, but it was acid reflux. So they done a stress test then, 17 years ago, and everything come back perfect, no issues. So I was clean 17 years ago. Well, at that point, I decided, it's time to do something. Stop being a lazy fat bastard. So, started eating right, exercising. It took a little time, but I lost 100 pounds. Like, I don't know, a year, maybe a year and a half, I dropped pretty much 100 pounds. And I kept it off. And we was eating right, exercising, not going to the gym, working out, strength training, but, walking, hiking, that kind of stuff, some activity. And I work long hours. I'm a machinist, and, somebody always got to have something made, fixed, you know how it works. So pretty high stress, a lot of hours, but I stayed after it, and done pretty good. And finally I started jogging almost every day, and that was good. So fast forward a little bit, and I started having some severe problems with my ankle, my left ankle, and it was misdiagnosed for years here at my local deal. So come to find out, after multiple years of misdiagnosis, that I had severe arthritis in my subtalar joint. So we ended up, it got to the point where I couldn't walk. So I stopped exercising and got lax with my eating. But not crazy, but not quite as strict as I was, and gained some weight. It was like literally I could not walk 2 or 3 hours a day. That was it. That's all I could do. And so we ended up at Emory. They found the problem straight away. COVID hit, train wrecked the whole world. Surgery was put off. Finally got to surgery, and December of 19, I think. So it was like 4 months in the bed, no weight bearing. Finally it healed up, got it all done, happy, can walk again. And started back slowly with my exercising, started going to the gym, you know, the whole deal, and went from, I got up to like 270, I think, and right this minute, surgery was 2 years ago, right this minute I'm like 219. So and you know, we strength training, whole deal. And I really hadn't had any symptoms really other than these PVCs. No real symptoms, but with the vegan way of eating, I was always hungry. And you know, people try to nitpick, oh, what's your macros and all this crap. And I mean, I done did all that. I mean, we were eating hearty stuff. I mean, you know, my wife would make a big, huge, like a bean soup, 4, 5, 6 different kind of beans, you know, all in organic vegetable broth and organic tomato soup and, you know, the whole gamut. And I mean, I was doing smoothies every day, like a whole bag of kale, some frozen pineapples, blackberries, blueberries, you know, we throw in some chia seeds, unsweetened almond milk. And I mean, that's how I eat. I eat like that every day. And you know, rarely, but I would, but you know, I'd have some baked skinless chicken every now and again. But for the most part, I mean, we were vegan. I did for just a short time get on the kick of the veggie burgers, but you know, the oil and stuff, I don't use oil, and if we do use oil, it's like a super minimal amount. But you know, pretty much really low oil, you know, almond flour, pancakes, that kind of stuff. So, and I mean, and I was satisfied with that kind of diet, but I just couldn't get full. I mean, I'd come home from the gym in the morning, like in the mornings, I'd have rolled oats. How we would make in the mornings, I'd make rolled oats, and in almond milk, and then I add a little honey and some pecans, just light for taste, you know, and that would be breakfast, and I'd have a full bowl. Man, I'd get home from the gym and I'd be starving to death. And that was every day, and that was a battle. And I like peanut butter. Some people frown on peanut butter, but I like peanut butter. And so we use like you know, all natural organic peanut butter, and no added stuff. I mean, the only ingredients is peanuts and salt, period. And so I'd have a little peanut butter, you know, it'll stick to your guts, and you know, I like it. So I'd eat a little bit when we get home from the gym, maybe like a graham cracker with some peanut butter. So anyway, you know, it's just mind-boggling that you see, you know, I watched all the gurus, the vegan gurus, Esselstyn and God, all of them's names elude me, but you know the whole vegan crowd that does all the talks and stuff, and you know, reverse heart disease and blah blah blah. And here we are 17 years later, and I got one severe blockage and possibly 2 smaller blockages. I exercise all the time, I eat right, you know, for the most part. I sleep pretty good. I ain't saying I get 8 or 9 hours of sleep every day, but I mean, when I sleep, I sleep. So, you know, I started looking at this carnivore deal, and the more I looked at it, the more a lot of things made sense. So I said, well, shoot, what can it hurt? Let's give it a try. So I went the carnivore route. I said, I'm gonna try it for 30 days. Let's see what happens. So I did, and I'm telling you, man, I felt great. And I know feelings are not real data, but I felt great. Immediately started losing weight. I had been stuck at like 232 to 236. I would just seesaw back and forth, 230, 236. And I put on a lot of muscle. Now I really have. I mean, you can look at pictures, and I shed a lot of fat. I started taking pictures when we got from started going to the gym after my ankle surgery, my fusion, and just so I could see, what's happening. And I mean, I lost a lot of fat, and I put on a lot of muscle. I mean, really did. And so the 236 is not really representative. I mean, I went from 270 down to 236, but I mean, I'm guessing, I probably put on 10 or 15 pounds of muscle, maybe even more, but for sure 10 or 15 pounds. And so, but I was just stuck there. And I, in my mind, I was like, well, I'm putting on muscle, so as long as I don't gain is good. But I could tell that my waist, it just wasn't getting smaller. And I knew, I just knew, I can't outrun it. And I was having to eat so many calories into vegan, that I just couldn't lose weight to stay satiated, I guess would be the word. So I said, well, let's just try the carnivore deal. Let's just try it. So I cut out, no more oatmeal, no more oats, no more almond flour, all of that jazz. And I pretty much cut out smoothies, but in the middle there, I still had some of my kale, spinach, fruit smoothies, some just to diversify a little bit, keep your bowling. So the first week, I think I lost a couple of 2 or so pounds. I was like, wow, just that. I mean, I'm eating, steaks, and they're good. They're tasty. So, I kept on, and now, I went from like 236, 233, whatever, to, like 219, 220, pretty consistent. And I mixed back in some fruits and vegetables just to keep the track, the exit flowing, I guess, because you can in the beginning have some issues with you flow out on a carnivore diet just till your body kind of gets used to it. And I think I'm pretty well used to it now. So I think it's been like, I don't know, 8 weeks, 9 weeks. And, I mean, like, energy and stuff, and as far as staying full, it's way better. I mean, I can eat no breakfast and eat, either a small piece of steak or a couple of hamburger patties for lunch, and I'm good. I mean, I don't feel the need to snack, just snacking all the time. And supper, I may do a smoothie or maybe a couple of strips, you know, like you buy a packet of like tenderloin, chicken tenderloins, little strips, you know, do 2 or 3 of them. I think last night I had four little tenderloin strips, chicken tenderloin strips, you know, just by themselves, nothing else. No 5 pounds of ketchup or 5 pounds of honey mustard sauce, none of that stuff. Now with my steaks or like hamburgers, I found that Primal Kitchen no sugar ketchup, and I like that pretty good, so I have a little ketchup with it. But you know, it's man, I guess the moral of the story is there's so many outcomes. There is a positive and negative outcome for every input. And just because you are, you know, vegan, carnivore, standard American diet, whatever, there is no, I don't think there's a smoking gun. I mean, people say, oh, you know, this, I mean, my whole family pretty much eats trash. They all eat trash. A lot of them are overweight, you know, and obviously, you know, parents, aunts, cousins, I mean, they're all older than me. I'm 48. They're all older than me, and they don't have blockages, you know, so, and I mean, I can't say that 100%, but I know some that have had some work done and checked, and they passed stress tests, show no blockages, and been eating out at greasy restaurants 8 meals a day 12 days a week. So you know, it's like, man, it's hard to know what to do. And you see all these new studies coming out constantly. You know, now there's a study that shows what's the verbiage they used? Basically the length of life is not increased by, you know, this diet or this diet. There was just no difference. And then you see another study that says, you know, if you lower cholesterol, you know, it's this much better outcome. And then you see other studies that say, you know, cholesterol don't matter, and it didn't help either way. So I mean, it's hard to know, and it's hard that you can dig and look at the sources and look at who funded the studies, and I mean, there's so many conflicts, and just, man, it's just hard to know what to do. And you know, how you feel is anecdotal. I mean, I feel fine. I've been out here walking at a pretty fast pace for an hour. I feel perfectly fine, and they're telling me, you know, that I got one part of my heart that's severely restricted blood flow. And I mean, me and my boys, just not long ago, we hiked all the way to the top of Table Rock Mountain. And I mean, that's a hike, and we didn't do it in no sissy walking either. I mean, we was humping, and we hiked all the way to the top and all the way back down. And I was less give out than my 17-year-old son or my 12-year-old son. And both of them are healthy and skinny and active. And, you know, so it's mind-boggling that I can have these problems. It just, I don't understand. It makes my head hurt. But anyway, I'm going back to the doctor in 2 days, and they're going to tell me their interpretation of my trauma and whatever they want to do about it. And then we're going to make some more decisions, and I'll make a follow-up video. But I thought I'd just share my experience with this whole deal. Hopefully it'll help somebody, or either it'll be entertainment anyway. All right, thank y'all for watching. We'll see you on the next one.